Welcome back everybody. So today I have another special guest with me. So it's Syfe. So he runs a YouTube channel as well called Southpaw Chat. So before we begin, let me get Syfe to maybe do a simple introduction of what you have been doing and what you're currently up to.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Southpaw Chat. I don't do much. So I do options and my portfolio is mainly all in on Tesla.
So I think today I wanted to mainly get Syfe onto the channel because as you guys probably would know, I'm probably deemed as the all-in Alibaba guy and then Syfe is the all-in Tesla guy. I just wanted to square some of the differences and maybe reconcile some of the perspective on all-inning Alibaba versus all-inning Tesla. Also, this video is sponsored by Webull. So I know many of you smart investors out there have already taken advantage of the different sign-up rewards in the past 3 months. But in case you haven't, Webull recently leveled up their game again. And from now until the 30th of September 2022, every new sign-ups will get up to $130 USD worth of Tesla shares. So I'll leave the link and instructions down below. Essentially, you just need to deposit at least 2,000 Singapore dollars and execute one buy trade of a stock or ETF and one option, and you'll get an 8% ROI from the sign-up rewards. Definitely a lot better than Alibaba. So I'm currently using Webull for my 15,000 portfolio as well. So don't let this guaranteed deal get away. Link in the description box. So maybe walk my audience through what's your current investment philosophy and how do you take on this whole investment journey thus far?
For me, I have a wide range of interests in things, so not just investment. I read a lot about history, politics, geography, economics, and understanding the financial system since I was 17 or 18.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually that got me quite depressed because I realized how money was fake. And I didn't want to participate in the this kind of race. Initially, you'll be a person of no significance. So I'd rather try to be a person of relevance. Yeah.
Okay.
So I started trading since I was serving the Air Force, and there was this period that I couldn't legally own stocks yet because I'm not of the age requirement.
Right.
But you can start trading first.
Right.
So I started trading, and I started to what do? I long physical gold, and I'll go and buy physical gold from Bullion Star, and when I feel that it's overpriced, I will short paper gold, and I'll take the profit and buy more gold. So I do this kind of arbitrage since I was quite young. And I dabbled in a few things also. So I had whiskeys, high-end whiskeys, watches. I was doing the luxury market initially before the market came crashing. I mean, I have investment on the side, but it was not fantastic returns. I mean, I still generate returns, still quite good for my age at that point of time.
Right.
But when I was doing high-end luxury, the market started crashing and there's no need for demand for high-end stuff. So I started selling them, liquidating at cost, I think, or studying a little bit of profit. I started buying the essential, like Sheng Siong, Kim Lee, all these kind of things.
Right.
So after that, there's nothing to do, so I started looking at YouTube channels and I started coming across Chicken Genius.
Right.
And I think from him, I closed up my knowledge gap very quickly on the outside SGX market.
Right.
Yeah. So and because I read a lot of books and it helped me connect the dots quickly, and I realized that artificial intelligence and energy is the way to go for the future.
Right.
So that's when I started to all in Tesla when I realized that the manufacturing capacity, how they are doing it, the manufacturing will bring the first pot of gold and sustainably they will be able to profit, and it's hard for them to get bankrupt. So when they started to perfect and get better on their manufacturing, how they design their workflow, and it started giving me the conviction that okay, I should start buying. If you look at all the different, like let's say FSD, they have unsaleable leads, or people don't have the data, don't have the dojo, don't have the supercomputer to run all this kind of thing, don't have machine learning, so there is vertical integration in the things they do. If not Tesla solving full self-driving, then who is going to solve full self-driving?
Right.
And if you are able to solve full self-driving, you are able to sell a 5-figure software to business consumer. And I think that's quite powerful.
Okay, so I think I just wanted to pivot over to talk about this idea of going all in and concentration versus diversification, because I was personally at the brunt of this kind of comments where I put my portfolio online because I've been quite transparent about it. And people are saying, oh, because you're still young, you don't know how a catastrophic event is going to wipe you out, and you might think that you know a lot now, and then in a certain case where maybe your thesis don't play out, some external event wipes you out, and I don't know what else under the sun that comes into the picture. So what's your own perspective about this idea of diversifying, making sure that only one position 5% versus going all in now?
Okay, my take is you can diversify across different asset classes. You don't have to just buy one company and put all your net worth into one stock.
Right.
So for me, as of now, because I have conviction in Tesla, so I'm finding as much cash as possible to buy. You can diversify on real estate, watches, whiskeys, stocks, cryptocurrency, bonds. There is so many asset classes, and for me, I do not have so much time to understand a lot of companies. And because I come from I'm in a way more like technical trained also. And I do I really research a lot of hours on Tesla. So, okay, let's talk about this diversification and concentration on stocks. So, 2 points of view. I think one of it, Bunti Senpai was posting about how people that concentrated on Luna cryptocurrency, they have their account wiped out.
Right.
From my point of view is that if I were to diversify, I would have actually bought some of Luna and I actually have some Luna wipe out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's really, concentration is about wealth accumulation. Diversification is wealth preservation. And in my earlier days when I did have conviction in stocks, didn't have the conviction, didn't have the research and knowledge, I try to diversify and buy things that I feel has high growth potential slowly, and I started this way. But when I feel that, when I think that things are going well and I had the conviction, I have the understanding, I will start concentrating my portfolio. Yeah. So, and I'm at this stage where I'm still focusing on value creation.
Right.
So I'm trying to massively scale my income level.
Right.
So this pot of like 200,000 or 300,000 or 100,000 is like, it's money that I will earn back eventually. But if I'm right, then the upside is insane. It's worth to take the what I call asymmetrical risk.
Right.
Yeah, and because I'm at this age where I'm still not married, still don't have, my burn rate is still low.
Right.
So I can take this kind of risk.
Right.
Yeah. But if it comes to a point where I have a family, have kids, mortgage, I will not take this kind of risk. Yeah.
Right.
So this is how I view about things about concentration, diversification. Yeah. So it's not we are young or what, it's plenty stupid. Actually we have our own.
Right.
Yeah.
I think similarly I had similar train of thoughts to Sinhai as well. When I look at this whole thing, I mean it's always risk reward, right? And everybody's perspective of risk reward is different, and you just adjust your own risk reward. So actually I understand that you have been dabbling into a lot of things. You were talking about like gold arbitrage, you're doing whiskey, and now you are going to investing, and I'm quite sure you are rewarded handsomely for going to Tesla. So I just wanted to understand, maybe you can give us a few of the key lessons that you have learned in your investing journey thus far.
I would say knowledge, connecting the dots, courage to go against the crowd.
Okay.
So there was this point where I feel icky about the market. I wanted to short it, but I posted and then I got shot down. So I didn't short it. So that was a huge opportunity cost.
Okay.
I posted I wanted to hedge my positions.
Yeah.
So actually I didn't even want to hedge it. I just want to take profit and short it.
Right.
So if I were to do it, my portfolio would have
grew because of the recent...
Massively.
Right.
So I was too idealistic. I tried to be like, okay, I want to be with the crowd, backhoe together, because I started off as a trader. Since I was very young, I learned that the market is a tool of transferring the wealth from the unknown to the known.
Right.
So the more knowledge, the more books you read, the more you understand about macro, understand about the financial system, understand interest rates, understand money velocity, understand the company itself. You have to understand the business itself. It's more about buying the business rather than stock counters. So that's how I see it.
So maybe I just wanted to understand also, right? Because you said you started from trading and then now you started going to investing and stuff.
Do a lot of things in between.
Yeah. What was the turning point though? Why don't you... Are you still currently actively trading in the stock market?
Options is trading. Options is trading. So even though I started off as a trader, I always have a long-term view of things. I'm a more long-term guy. For me, trading is like cash flow. I generate cash flow, use the cash flow, buy the dips. Yeah. So that's how I think about things.
So we were just speaking about options, right? Then maybe can you just share with us how do you currently augment your whole investing strategy with options? And like what do you do? Do you sell cover calls, cash secured puts, or what do you do in between?
Okay. So recently my shares get called away but at a good price.
Right.
So I was anticipating some form of sideways movement. I understand Tesla will still grow very quickly, but macro is like shitty, and I think sentiments will continue to be shitty for a few months, maybe until Q4. Because my shares get called away, I get back cash. So I do cash cover puts.
Right.
And I still have some form of shares left,
Yeah.
So I do part cover call.
Okay.
And I feel that this margin, let's say, we talk about pre-split numbers. Let's say about $800, $900, it gives you about $120 premiums. We are talking about more than 15% premiums on the stocks itself. The 15% movement fluctuation. 15% is the spread for at the money. So let's say if you choose a strike price, maybe $30, $40 above and $30, $40 below, and you're getting $50 premium. You're having a wide range of, and this is how I view about things. Because I feel that like with QT, multiples will come down, and there are certain production delays on the ramping for Austin and Berlin. That's just my view. I think other people have very different view. They are very bullish, even in this environment. To me, I always view that like the financial system have, like what you say, you use it very carefully, the word manipulated. To me, I view that they always have this incentive to try to give maximum pain point, and then they try to siphon money off retail investors. So this is always how I view about things, and that's why I am slightly bearish, short term, not for the long term of the company. Yeah.
Right. I think the other time I had an interview with Adam Khoo. I'm sure you know him as well. So they were saying that I'm like his son and he was like my father, because I was saying yes. Because technically in that whole interview, he said everything correctly. Like there was nothing that was wrong. And everybody was saying that, oh, you're just listening to Adam Khoo and stuff. But then the next video that I released, I said that my short-term position was, I was bearish of the market. But being bearish doesn't mean I have to short the market or what. I'm just slowing my buying, and because I run only a long-only portfolio. Currently, I'm just not confident enough to use options. My own experience with options is purely theoretical, so it's in the 4 rooms of the classroom. I learn it purely in my finance course. I never really do much.
I think you can try it.
Yeah, I probably can take a small portion, but that's just
if
my
Alibaba
own.
split, then you can try.
Maybe.
I'm actually market neutral. What I'm doing is market neutral.
Right.
So I don't think it's bullish. I don't think it's bearish.
Right.
Because I am a long-term Tesla bull, so I don't want to play against Tesla. But I just want to like farm premiums, take the premiums and buy more Tesla shares.
Right.
And actually generating, if you look at my last video, actually generated 10,000. If I were to let the position sit and not do anything about it, because I had G, if I were not to close the positions, it would have been 19K SGD.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just also wanted to tap onto that, right? I think not only you, I think another famous YouTuber that plays this premium spread is, I think also Kelvin. So Kelvin does the wheeling strategy also, right? I just wanted to ask one very personal question. Do you think this sort of strategy, like getting 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 a month, do you think it's sustainable, and can people live on this amount of money? Like just say that, hey, let's quit. And
so that is what I've been doing for 2021.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to have acute sense of market timing, and not everyone can do it, and certainly not me also. I try to solely rely on options income and try to build YouTube. But YouTube took way longer than I realized.
Right.
Yeah. So you still need to have some form of stable income.
Right.
Some form of things that is bringing you stable income. And options is like, because you're sacrificing time, and time helps you to eliminate some form of risk.
Right.
So you are, in a sense, you're sacrificing time to reduce the risk in trading.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that helps a lot, and that increases your probability, so long as you choose your strike price correctly and your date or expiry properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, from what I understand, it's more of like supplementing, and sometimes market can go against your own decision, and then you have to weigh your own
you have to weigh. And every month is going to be different. So I don't try to execute options trade every month. Right now, what I'm doing is, other than selling put, selling call, because I'm market neutral, because I'm net cash to sell put and call.
Right.
I still have some shares left, net cash. So if Tesla falls to a price that I feel is very attractive, I'll start buying long term. I'll buy leaps.
Can you review what's your attractive price range for Tesla at this current level, post split?
I always say it's 180 to 220, but I'm not sure if it's going to go there.
Okay.
But maybe some form of, I think if a second wave of panic were to come, maybe we'll reach there.
Okay.
But let's say maybe 240 or so, right? I'll start converting some form of my cash. Maybe I'll do like 30-40% leaps and 60% shares. So this is how I think about things. But let's say if like it goes even lower, then that is a very attractive price. Maybe I will push my options leaps to 45-50% and 50% shares. So the lower it goes, the higher my allocation for.
So you would liquidate your position, or will you go on margin
because
for that?
Actually now it's quite interesting because I test a lot of strategies.
Right.
So now, even though I'm selling puts and calls, I can sell more puts and more calls, and I'm not on any leverage at all until I have to deal at the expiry.
Why?
So if you choose the different expiry, I mean, I'm on this sort of like unconscious competence mode. So I still don't really understand, but like, because I do different strike price and different dates, right? You can sell more puts and more calls. You choose different strike price, and different strike price will offer you different flexibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then when
so it's all the Greek stuff, lah.
Yeah, exactly. Then when it comes to that date itself, right, then you deal with that thing on its own.
Okay.
So, yeah, you lower your risk and you're not on any margin in that sense. Then, okay, when you finish that, then you have deal with the next one, right? Then you are not on any margin at all. So you're not leveraging at all. So I feel maybe what I'm doing may be quite sensible.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realize because initially my shares was called away accidentally. Like I have a person learning options from me, and then he had some losses. I asked him to cut his loss. He didn't know how to cut his loss.
Right.
So I was like, okay lah, since my portfolio is big, just sell some call and then I wanted to do a short-term trade. But as I run up, get called away, but still at a good price. So I had cash. So I can always repair your positions. So,
right.
Yeah. So I find it like options is, if you understand and close up the knowledge gap, it really helps. You can hedge your position, you can protect, you can...
I think this kind of perspective is a lot better in terms of trying to hedge and trying to supplement the investment strategy, rather than because I do know of people that privately message me. They are 100% leaps in Alibaba, so they just basically they're playing with time, and every day passes.
I use time on my side mostly, unless I find that's why I'm building up cash that I'm not going to touch. That's building and working. Then that form of cash, I want to buy leaps should the time come. Right. Only it's like a sniper shot. It's going to be a sniper shot. Yeah. So that's what I'm planning to do. It may not happen if Tesla is not
doesn't go down. Right. Yeah. Actually, one discussion also. You know, comparatively, right? If you were to compare it to all the other big tech, FANGs, and all the other stocks out there, Tesla had held up pretty well in this market downturn. I think from its highs of, I think now even it's still trading at least like 800 puts.
People should start reevaluating their understanding of Tesla.
Right. So what's your? I wanted to get your view on that though. Like, why is Tesla so strong or so resilient when everybody's basically shitting their pants?
I don't know if you have watched my previous videos. I've actually a long video on my Tesla conviction.
Right.
How they manufacture cars is different. The battery is lower cost, can drive higher. I mean, we're talking about 4680, they're still trying to scale it. But let's say, even on the giga casting, it's like you know how they stem toy cars? They stem.
Yeah.
So they manufacture 3 times faster than people, and they are 3 times more profitable than people. So let's say you compare to Volkswagen. In the same amount of time, 3 times 3 faster, 3 times more profitable. They're actually 9x more profitable. So you just do simple calculation, take Volkswagen, how much they produce, times 9. Right. So that's why I'm bullish on when the manufacturing can. Because I did some form of manufacturing back in bakery. My bakery is like manufacturing actually.
Right.
So you have to lower the time cost of producing a single unit product, and you control the cost of producing a single unit product. I mean, that's because I understand business. So this comes naturally for me. Then when you do that, and this is what exactly I see Tesla is doing, when you are able to understand the operational efficiency and you have a model of how you're going to do things, right? Let's say how they design their factory is like this, here go to here, here go to here. It's like the most efficient and fastest because they still can grow revenue that quickly. But actually, the reason why I started being more market neutral or slightly net bearish is because in a fixed cost business, if you were to scale your production, right? Let's say every additional unit of product you produce your profit is gonna widen. So what I realized is they have production delay in Q2, and this will significantly affect my valuation model of Tesla.
Right.
And what else? And because cost of raw materials are increasing, I mean it's stabilizing, but it's still nickel and lithium cost much more than before. So I'm generally like concerned about because your cost of producing a single unit product is increasing. But of course they transfer the cost to consumers. Yes, but who would want to pay 80 to 100k Model 3 with a 6% interest? Right. So that is my concern.
The macro as well.
Yeah. So that's why I become more market neutral than super bullish. Yeah.
Right.
So this is how I feel about things. So it's really about understanding everything to the maximum as much as you can. Then you have like let's talk about what I feel is more important. Self-driving, yes, you can replace taxi drivers. You take away the driver, take away the engine, not so much maintenance. You take away, you can drive 24/7. Let's say we need 1 hour charging. Okay, so that is that. Let's say for energy, when you read, if you understand human history, you understand that when every time we discover a new way of harnessing energy, by lowering the cost of energy and creating abundance of it. Let's say when you have fire, we discover fire, we can convert things from chemical potential energy to kinetic energy. Then more people can be fed. Your life can be longer, your population double. So more people get work done, more goods and services is needed, more people to work, and that's how you grow your economy. You discover agriculture, then you harness food with animals, you domesticate animals for food and shelter. And after that, you have steam engine, electricity. So all this, every time we discover a new way of harnessing energy, reducing the cost of energy and creating abundance of it, the economic pie will grow. So I feel that Tesla plays a big role in doing this.
The next generation.
Yes, because the batteries itself, when you are manufacturing, the best thing is you have vertical integration. If you were to read the impact of how energy affects the economy, you'll realize that every time we do so, economy will really double and triple. And coupled with artificial intelligence, the Tesla bot. So Tesla bot, to me, I view it as like, what do you need on Tesla bot? You need excellent manufacturing skills, expertise, which Tesla have, batteries, and AGI, which Tesla is not yourself. So this is something that they can do. So Tesla bot is something that like can be done, and if they are able to do it, then you have a super long runway for Tesla. You can actually invest it until 2040. But let's say if you don't have Tesla bot, we are talking about 2030, and that's why my investment thesis sort of ended.
I think from that perspective, you are probably now I think the only worry is for Tesla to continue executing, and you're just monitoring the execution.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, Ken. So maybe just to end off, one final question. I just wanted to pick your brains on it. Is what's your perspective or what's your thoughts on on all these Alibaba clowns that go all in on Alibaba?
I don't have much thoughts. To me, it's like if you have conviction that I won't understand. Yeah, because I didn't do the research, and I won't go around pointing people like you stupid. Actually, some people do that a lot.
Right.
So I think it's like there's a lot of negative energy in the world. Let's try to eliminate that. Yeah.
Great. That's a great thought. So just last point, like how I always end off my interviews, right? I just wanted to understand, is there anything that keeps you up at night today? Do you have any deep thoughts that you think about when you're on your bed before you go to sleep?
Universe.
The universe.
Yeah.
What do you mean by the universe?
What's the meaning of all this? Yeah.
So
what's the meaning of all this? Yeah.
The meaning of life, lah. Okay.
No, not the meaning of life, meaning of existence, meaning of consciousness, meaning of life. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Syfe, for coming onto the channel. So if you guys enjoyed the interview, remember to help smash the like button. I'll leave a link to his channel below. And yeah, with that, I'll see you in the next video. More importantly, I will see you on the moon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.